Hello friends, neighbors. John, your neighbor here. Welcome now to the Nook Sunday. So we're doing samples. Not really. I bought these samples. I bought this case. It was at Costco, and you know what? It probably, well, it is still on sale if they still have it on the shelf here in Alberta. 69 bucks, and you get 800 mils of Scotch, which is pretty good. It's got some nice information about the regions. In fact, I've been challenged by at least 2 channels to give my thoughts on either the best bottle or the bottle that I like, or the one that most represents the different Scotch regions in Scotland. I don't know which of those challenges I'll pick up, but I gotta do it soon. What's kind of fun with this is it's got four of them, which is pretty good. In my little intro, I usually pour them out and then share with you guys. But so, you know, we've got a Lowland, a 10-year-old Speyside, a 12-year-old Highland, and this was the Isla one, and this is the Lowland. I'm only going to do 2 on this one, either next week or hopefully soon, so you can get a sense of whether it's worth the whole thing. I'll do the other 2. I just don't think I can authentically, maybe I'll pull them all out, talk about them at least the first time if I do all 4. So I'm going to open and pour. I'm going to do the 10-year Speyside first, then the 12-year Highland. If you have any of this collection, pour it. If not, pour a Speyside or a Highland Scotch and come on back and we'll share some Scotch notes together. 3, 4. Welcome back. I've poured out a couple of Scotches here. We'll get into them right away. This is the 10-year Speyside, and then we'll do the 12-year Highland. I should say up front, you know, Kirkland uses Alexander Murray Bottling Company, an independent bottling company, and there is nothing but all kinds of rumor online about what these are. I suggest if you like that stuff, run down the rumor. If I guess, I'm going to be wrong. So what I'm going to do is share what I'm getting out of this Scotch. Just the notes, the taste, the flavors that I get when I look at this. I don't know if the bottle cam will capture these small things, but I'll put it here anyways. You know, the 10-year-old Speyside is a tighter region, totally wrapped up with Highland all around it, and has the most currently active distilleries. It's an excellent area with just some fantastic releases, and this one says it's matured in bourbon cask. It doesn't say anything else. And you know, at 46%, they would just kick it up a notch if these were all natural color and non-chill filter. I should say they look all the same, which tells me they've all been colored, because there's no chance all the variety of cask, whatever, that they would come out exactly the same color unless they've been designed to be that way. It might not be chill filtered at 46%. You're still going to get nice clear oil and Scotch. You won't get that cloudiness that can happen if you chill it down. So maybe, but then you'd think they'd shout it out, because right now, certainly all those of us on YouTube really like Scotch non-chill filtered. For this, I'm going to have to say, since they don't say, it's probably filtered, it's definitely colored, but it is 46%. So this Speyside matured in bourbon cask. Light orchard fruits, a little bit of pear, a little bit of apple, a little bit of something sour, so maybe lemon, but it's not leaning into citrus. A little bit of very light citrus, lots of orchard fruit, not complicated, but not bitter on the nose and not oaky on the nose. So, you know, it's probably just exactly that, a 10-year-old Speyside. Oh, I heard that these are all from a single distillery though. So this is a single malt. Yeah, well, it says single malt collection. Duh. Sorry about that. So yes, so these are not blended barrels from different places. They're just unknown to us. Let's try this 10-year-old Speyside on the palate. Sláinte. It's actually, maybe it's not chill filtered, and the only reason why I'm saying that is it's got a little more body than I expected. It's got some nice malt cream, some nice sugars, light fruits. The finish is, it didn't really take me anywhere different. It's not changing, really drawing. It's just kind of, in fact, I need to give it a bit more time. Actually, let's do another little sip and get any secondary flavors on that. Sláinte. That is a nice, light Speyside Scotch. It focuses on light orchard fruits. It's got a nice creamy mouthfeel. Doesn't have a lot of spices. If there's anything in there, it's just a little bit of ginger snap cookie with some sugar and some cookie dough. The 46% is helping this a lot. At 40%, this would be a forgettable Scotch. At 46, that's not necessarily true. There are 40% beautiful Scotches. I just mean, I feel my palate is being tricked into believing there's more flavor here because it has a bit of body and a bit of depth. Not a bad 10-year-old Speyside. Certainly in a value pack like this, I'm impressed. Is this like impressive Scotch? No, but it's not bad. I would say its weakest point is its finish. It really just kind of goes away and doesn't leave me with much. There's a little bit of vanilla in there, like sweetness from vanilla. Not a bad start. So let's come over to the region wrapped up all around Speyside, and that's Highland Scotch. Highland really covers geographically just a massive area, because I think officially it includes all the islands, although I think anyone on YouTube is going to tell you, as I would as well, the islands deserve to be their own official Scotch region, in my opinion. Not Isla, that's got its own thing going on, but the islands, Isle of Skye, Isle Arran, all the other ones, like they're worth being their own region. Bit of a side rant. Talking about this Highland Scotch. Now, of course, Highland is, honestly, Speyside and Highland, if you're very close to where the Speyside is, they're very similar. I tend to get more what I got, orchard fruits out of Speyside. I tend to get a little more aromatics out of the Highland. This one, I don't know, I haven't had it. It also says matured in bourbon cask. So that's actually kind of nice that neither of them are playing around in different casks. Had this been a Highland finished in sherry casks, it would be tough to try to do a comparison, but both 46%, definitely colored. Let's try this Highland on the nose. It is a little more grassy on the nose. This is a little more, still a little more sweet fruit, but boy, the fruits are close. But my first thought is kind of what I like comparing Scotches together, but also what I want to share right away. Like, it's not just a bunch of notes. Well, here I'm just drinking for the first time, but it's like, oh, what do I get right now in the moment? And right now in the moment, it is lighter and grassier. Yeah, interesting. Let's see what the palate does. Maybe change it around and wake it up for me. Sláinte. Also has a nice mouthfeel. Maybe these are not chill filtered, but the flavors are different. It almost tastes like it does have a little bit of sherry cask in there because it's got a little bit more red fruit. I'm getting a bit more bitterness, but also could be spicy. Like, there is a bit of pepper, a bit of heat. So depending on where my palate's picking that up, it's either just a pepperiness, which is nice, or it's a bitterness. Like the early finish is a little bit bitter. I better try another sip of this 12-year-old Highland. Boy, if I didn't know better, I would say there is a little sherry cask in here because I'm getting a little bit of roast chocolate on the end, a little bit of coffee on the end. It is spicier, it's pepperier. It is a little bit bitter, but it definitely is spicier. The nose is still not that great. In fact, I like the nose of the 10-year-old better. Yeah, this is, now I'm getting a little bit like toffee, but it's got sweet vanilla and orchard fruits. This is some hay and grass. And it has some fruity notes in it, generic. But it's quite a bit spicier in the palate. Like even in the long finish, my tongue has definitely picked up what was not here, which is pepper and spice. Having said that, you might think, 2 years older, and I definitely like spicier whiskeys when I'm going for it. Like, I love rye, and it just burns me up, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's some good rye. But in this sitting, I'm preferring this 10-year-old Speyside. It is just nice. It's just enjoyable. It's slightly creamy. It's got all the right fruits. The weakness here is the finish. For this, the weakness is a little bit of a spicing because it doesn't seem coherent. It just seems hot. And the nose is just not pulling me in. The finish is actually almost a little better, almost a little longer lasting fruits and whatnot. And I don't want to mislead you. They both say bourbon cask, so I got to assume they're both bourbon cask, but the fruit notes that I'm getting on here just happen to be a little more of that, what I think of like a little more red, a little more round. There's a bit more fruit notes on that one than this one, although this is brighter orchard fruits. So for my palate first taste, I poured them with you guys. I have no notes. I haven't had them before. I'm actually liking this younger 10-year-old Speyside over the 12-year-old Highland. Have you had either of these? What do you think? And what should I be looking forward to here? I've had the Lowland, at least, not the Lowland, the Isla, if this is just the regular Isla, because I've had that bottle before, but I have not had the Lowland. I should have done that one first because I think it's on sale or clearance, like we're not going to get it back, for 49 bucks Canadian and 46%, $49 Canadian. That's a good deal. Thank you for joining me here on this Sunday. Let me know your thoughts. Tell me below. What do you think of this pack? Who do you think it is? Sure, we can get in on that. I just didn't want that to feature. Thanks for joining me.